I'm Ted, and this is the Real Ted G Podcast, episode 50. Bing.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Hey.
We made it to 50 episodes.
We really did. We're
Wow.
better than 95% of podcasts that give up in the first 6 episodes.
No way.
Yeah, most podcasts end after 6 episodes.
How similar. Most real estate agents end after 6 episodes.
Hey, yo. The subtweet
laughing.
is real.
The subtweet. Is that like a subtext?
Like you're talking about someone without talking about someone. You're what's that word that used to be used for that?
Side-eye?
Not side-eye. Bombastic side-eye is another one we should have brought up in our last episode. Check that one out. Episode 49, we talk about some terms that
So,
are
wait.
new.
I call it insulting people without insulting people.
It's like a subtweet. Like you're
I like the word. See, that word I like. I don't tweet.
I barely tweet either. I just go on there to make sure the world isn't blowing up.
Oh, are you in charge of my Twitter?
We have
I thought I was going to say, are you in charge of my tweeting? But
we have a Twitter?
I have a Twitter somewhere.
I had no idea we did it. No, I'm not in charge of it, but
maybe
I can be. We
maybe
can
they'll
do
start-
that.
Oh, they'll have to find us on Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah.
So it's winter.
Oh, I have a few jobs for you. Don't worry. You're
Oh.
gonna get very busy. Yes, episode 50, and it coincides with what's on the horizon. Winter.
Winter.
A lot of people don't smile when they say that word, but I don't mind winter.
I wish I could agree with you.
It's not the. I mean, I love snow. I love the cold. I love my temperature on the inside to be the temperature on the outside. But winter is actually for real estate agents. Here's what I say. I say for real estate agents, it's bulking season. So,
What? Why?
because what should a real estate agent do when winter is coming? Winter is coming.
Bundle up.
It's time to wear your heavier sweaters, heavier shirts. Got this at my friend's surf shop. Somersault in Bellport. Shameless plug. I'm pushing her to come on to the show. But yes, pick this up. This is nice and warm. This is going to keep me warm while I'm maybe following up on leads. So what am I going to tell my agents to do right now? They should be preparing for inventory, bulking season. He who has the inventory, I was going to make up a really cool phrase, but I haven't gotten there yet. So inventory is king, not just me. So Bing, are you at all curious? You have some friends in the industry.
I do. And
Yeah.
so what do you mean by that? By bulking up? Like just getting like listings to carry you over through the winter season, or like how do you
Well,
work during winter?
How do you wear warmer clothes and you still work? Buyers that come out of the woodwork now in the October, November, and December months, those are serious buyers. They're not just kicking the tires. They're not just shopping. They are buying. They're serious buyers.
Because it's holiday season and that's going to mess them up.
Correct. Holiday season, most people are Christmas shopping. If they're house shopping, they're house shopping. They are buying a house. They're not just shopping for one. So that's one of the things that I do always say. This is the season that if I go out with a buyer,
Probably going to close.
I'm going to close them.
I'm going to.
More
I like
than
that.
one.
We're Hey yo. Hey yo. Wait. So
I'm not just going to date the buyer. We're going.
So
I'm putting out.
when it comes to like like how many buyers like what's the rate? Like is it more buyers in the winter, but there's like more buyers with serious
No, there are
like,
less
what is it?
buyers.
There's less buyers.
With more serious interest.
Okay.
Okay. My younger brother's girlfriend, we just went out to dinner yesterday, and we had a conversation because her lease expires and renews. So she has until December to make a decision. So she says, I always contemplate buying a house around this time, which is actually great timing. Right now, we have serious buyers, and guess what else we have? We technically would have serious sellers. Because no one wants to put their house on the market in the holiday season because they think, I have it decorated for this holiday or that holiday. I have family coming over. No one wants the inconvenience. People that put their houses on the market right now are serious, and that signals to a buyer they're serious about selling. A buyer is going to be serious about buying. These are in the typical market. When we didn't have this much of a shortage of inventory, it's actually the exact moment when the inventory does shrink. So I can only imagine what happens nowadays. Right now, it just feels like a typical winter is coming season. What should a lot of agents be doing? What am I going to be doing? Yes, all my clients in my client database. One of my top producers, I could show you her face, but she is planning 3,000 of these babies are going out.
Nice.
3,000 in her client database.
So it's mostly getting potential buyers and sellers ready to think about
This is
it
the time
after
to
the
do-
season.
If you're going to do a mailing,
Do it now.
do it now.
Wow.
There's the time to do it. Send them out. Start your listing pipeline. Start even your buyer pipeline, or let's just call it a business pipeline. I believe in listings I just believe in listings. So it's bulking season. You want to have a few listings to go into the winter season. You want to have more than a few listing prospects lined up for right after the winter season, whether it's December, January, or even April. You just want to build your pipeline, build your database. And also, the nice part about this, it does tend to slow down. Right now, this past week, it feels like we're going, I would have to say, 0 miles an hour. But it's only because we were going 80 miles an hour, and now we're suddenly at that 55 speed limit. So it just feels slower. And I'm getting more time to do these podcasts. So right now, what am I going to plan on doing? I'm going to plan on doing my holiday pop buys. Stop by your clients, stop by your prospects, say thank you to your clients, say hello and thank you to your prospects, whether it's a bottle of wine with my logo and face on it as a label, whether it's a pie around Thanksgiving time. It's just different ways to reach out. And also, upcoming, we're probably going to be doing our usual toy drive. So we do a toy drive for Toys for Tots almost every year. Hopefully this year again, we'll have boxes and boxes of toys for needy children. And we also usually participate in a local charity which does these little mini Christmas trees for underprivileged children. And we get to shop for children. I don't have any children. All my children are middle-aged. So it's kind of fun. I have a nephew. He's spoiled, so it's okay. He can go shopping on his own. I'll give him my credit card.
Aww.
So anyway, that's pretty much going to be my life for the next few months.
A lot of client relations and a lot of building for the next season.
Yeah, and the market is still strong, hot as ever. So I obviously am going to stay very busy with my existing inventory as it sells. 1 by 1, 2 by 2 every week.
And you got to prepare.
You have to have what?
You got to prepare your income for that's the thing too. A lot of people don't realize about industries like this or school teachers, because there's that 3-month lull for school teachers or for real estate where, okay, I made this amount of money, but I have to account for the 3 or 4 months I'm not going to be making as much.
Yeah. Oh yeah. School teachers must have. I think it's a fun life.
Yeah, you get off for 3 months and still get paid.
It must be interesting to get paid for not working. Although they do work.
They do.
Have
Yeah.
to
They
set up the lesson plans.
They have to get abused for 8 hours a day by children,
Yeah. No, I
sexually or otherwise.
yeah. I have a lot of clients that are school teachers, and I have a lot of sympathy. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear more feedback. I don't know what other agents do out there. Obviously, at least 2 of my viewers are real estate agents. But yeah, that's what you should be doing. And it's not about spending money. It's about doing the work. It's about planting the seeds. The seed has to get planted now if you want it to sprout sometime in April.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's like the farmers.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not. Have I covered it? Do you have any questions?
I would say more like what I guess, when does that dry spell end for real estate? Like, when does it start to pick up again?
Well, I think we make our own dry spells.
Okay.
Because you're not going to see me slow down. You're going to see me probably work me even more because I'm planting the seeds for new business. I'm going to be cultivating the seeds that exist, helping the agents do the same exact thing. So right now, the next 3 months are probably going to be as busy as ever for me. And if an agent plans on staying in this industry, it should be for them too. We should plan our vacations. The dry spell is you have to take advantage of it. I'm hoping that knock on wood. I hope that it slows down a little bit naturally because there's a lot of work to get done. I mean, so anyway, yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I call it bulking season.
Bulking season.
Yeah. So the dry spell usually usually ends around March or April for most agents. The smart agents know that there is an actual month that is the superb time to sell.
January.
February.
Really?
February. Tax returns come back for people that filed early. Yeah, so now they have, and the same people that file early are also the same kind of people that are thinking tax return. They're not thinking trip to Hawaii. They're thinking, what would I do and how can I invest it? And if they don't already own a home, that would be the smart thing to do. If they do already own the home, maybe they're thinking about buying a second one.
But most people...
February is actually, and it's also a shorter month, and also an inventory shortage. We currently just have a blanket of inventory shortage. I'll leave that alone. But if we were in a typical market, February is when inventory is at its lowest because of certain factors. The winter came and went. Holiday season came and went. Like we said, a lot of sellers decided not to be on the market for that holiday season. So now, if we know that the inventory has shrunk, but we know that there's serious buyers that are going to be coming out of the woodwork at some point in February, usually February 12th. I'm kidding. I just made that date up. And we combine those two factors, we get a nice little vacuum of a nice inventory shortage. We've been experiencing this for several years right now, so it might not feel that different. But yes, February is actually the month that I recommend to a lot of my sellers. If it's possible, I'd like you on the market in February. That's exactly how I say it. If it's possible, I'd like it on the market right after Valentine's Day.
I think that's very interesting. So right after Valentine's Day.
Yeah. But to answer the question, when's the best time to sell? Now.
Now. Yep, always. There's it's interesting though, because now you said that there's the smart people, but there's not a lot of smart people.
I didn't call them smart because I call them fiscally responsible people.
Okay, well,
I'm not one of them.
You're not one of them?
I always ask. I get extensions on my corporate taxes. I extend the date to file. I just finished filing.
Do you have life insurance?
No.
What?
I have an invincibility complex.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I think that's another topic.
I would never disclose if I had life insurance, because then the beneficiary may contemplate different things.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I think that it's interesting how real estate works, especially like it shifts like month to month. Like, what's the weirdest month you've had?
I think it's interesting how real estate doesn't work.
What do you mean? How's it not?
I'm kidding around. I'm referring to the agents.
Oh shit. Well, like, okay, so say it's like you have multiple.
What you mean?
Like, is there a month in the summer that's like typically like
Typically, August is supposed to be the slowest month of the year.
But it's not for you.
It's not for. I don't think it's been the slowest month of the year in a few years. So
why is that?
Ever since that, I don't know how we want to call it, the COVID push, the COVID injection. Oh. I might be wrong. The COVID injection. See, in 2019, the market was steadily progressing upward, and getting slightly busier and busier, and it was improving. It was actually year 4 of an improvement in the cycle of what is real estate and the economy. And I'm not an expert economist, so no one should quote me. I'm repeating things that I've heard and experienced. So. What happened in 2019, at the end of 2019 into 2020, it seemed that the COVID shutdown would shut down the real estate market. And it didn't seem that obviously was not the case. In fact, it made the real estate market that much stronger, with people buying sight unseen, property values skyrocketing almost overnight between 2020 and into 2021. And then, of course, we all thought something should finish. Oh, okay, we were so busy for that long period of time. Okay, now we're ready. Now we're ready. It's going to slow down, and it doesn't seem to. It seems that the COVID injection has really caused society to really reevaluate. Same way that my brother's girlfriend is every year. She apparently reevaluates. Oh, should I buy a house? Should I stop renting? So I think that injection has caused people to make sure that that's on the forefront. The property values increasing, the interest rates being so low, and then the property values increasing. And right now, property values are still increasing. Inventory is still at a shortage, so sellers are still doing very well as they sell. And the interest rates are right at 7. I'm going to do a podcast next week with a mortgage person, so I'm sure we'll find out more. They're not actually my guest. I'm theirs. So
Wow.
I guess that's how it'll have to be from that point. So anyway, back to your real estate question. August was supposed to be typically the slowest month of the year. Actually, August and December tend to be slow because December is the holidays, and in August most people take vacations. So
Or they're getting ready
most
for back to
people,
school.
Meaning the definition, we are most people. So guess who else takes vacations in August? Real estate agents. So it was a self-fulfilling prophecy because if real estate agents are also taking vacations and they're not around to work. So it would typically be a slow season. This August has not proven to be a slow August. This September has not proven to being a typical September. I don't know if that means that the market itself fiscally shifts. So maybe in November it'll feel like August, and then December will feel like September. But that's all. What you were saying about real estate is it's hard to predict. It's hard to predict in your own career. Sometimes I'm thinking, oh, I don't have any clients on the horizon. Everybody's kind of sold. Everybody's quiet. Okay, I'm gonna actually have a nice month of quiet. And then suddenly, people come out of the woodwork and say, I want to buy a shopping center. So that's the fun thing about real estate.
You get calls back after you make a sale. People remember you, or you get referred.
Yes, referral is probably the best thing that you can concentrate on as an agent. Work on your referrals. People that you've done business with, people that you want to do business with. And there's so many different ways. We have plans in place for all of our agents. They don't even know what they're in for in the next 3 months. I have assignments going out where they're going to be working on business that they don't even know they're working on. Yeah,
that's awesome. Can you give a little sneak peek of that?
Yeah. I have one agent. I already have her on track to cultivate a relationship with a different industry leader. And through that, she's going to leverage me. She's going to actually, invite them to an office meeting. And then I'm going to leverage her. And I'm going to say, oh, look, this individual, went out of her way to do a favor for you. Now, here's the favor you could do for her. Of all the people you know, who's next to buy or sell real estate? Now, that meeting is going to occur in October. If they even scare up 3 different names, that means this agent could have 3 seeds to plant for her next wave of business.
That's cool.
So that's one sneak peek. Another sneak peek. Oh my goodness! If I say it, I'm going to have to. I do it almost every year. I like to give pies to my clients.
Okay.
Sometimes they're existing clients. They have their house on the market. Sometimes they're clients that have bought a house with me. So I try my best to deliver pies. And I know I don't get to everybody.
Do you mail it or do you physically go there?
No, I physically go there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, what's the fun in mailing? I know that there is a way. I think you can go through Amazon now, and I could have it delivered. I may, now that you give me that idea, I do like that idea for the people that are out of state. Or by my definition, the people that are in Nassau County. But definitely, I have quite a few clients that are Carolina bound and Florida.
You should also put a QR code that links them to the podcast on the sticker.
And they may oh my goodness, I love that idea. So I do pies around Thanksgiving time, and then I usually do. I have 2 different sets of lists, so I try to get to everyone by the end of the season, the holiday season. So some people get a pie, unless I know that they're diabetic, and some people get a bottle of wine. That's the one I do. I do sometimes put a label of myself on.
That's awesome.
But now I like the label with the QR code.
I'll make it for you.
Yeah, and the premise of all this is I absolutely do think saying thank you is not is the best thing someone can do. You might not even realize it, but if someone does something nice for me, or even if it is just doing their job, I like to say thank you. I think it's an appropriate response. There's several people out there that I haven't gotten a thank you from. No kidding. But yes, so it's a nice way to say thank you. It's also a really nice way to be present when it's impossible to be present. If I have about a dozen clients that definitely would say, "Oh, Ted, please stop over for a drink. Oh, Ted, please stop over." And I try to get there at some point during the year. It's impossible. It's on a holiday season. Like there's no way I could stop and have a drink or dessert with a dozen people. And thank you for inviting me. but that my way of saying thank you is I'd like to, you drop off a little bottle of wine, you drop off a pie.
Just to let them know you're thinking of them.
Some people do cheesecakes.
Cheesecakes.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah. Some people, I mean, if I get another idea, I sometimes have magazines with my face on them. I do.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I do a few things. Staying in front of people.
Always.
Yeah.
Like this podcast.
Yes. Yeah. And if they do tune in to the podcast, hopefully they tune in on an episode that I don't curse in. Because I don't think my clients are used to me cursing. So
the real Ted G uncensored.
So did I give you a sneak peek? Yeah. So
I think you did.
Yeah, one year I ordered cases of wines for not for me. I mean, well, no. I don't think I actually did not drink any of the wine I ordered. My younger brother, he's in the food industry, and he hooked me up with really great a really great wine, and at a great price.
Wow!
And I think I ordered 20 cases, not just for me, for some of the agents. So I literally, with their information on it, and pretty much said, here, pick 5 people, go to them. If they weren't, some people don't go to the trouble to pick, 100 people to visit, but if they didn't, that's okay. Pick 5 people. Pick 5 people from your latest list. Pick 5 people from your prospects list. And one agent, I had extra bottles of wine, and she knocked on the expired door, and he slammed the door in her face. And so she came back, and she said, yeah, he slammed the door in my face. So I said, huh. So I took my bottle of wine that was already holiday seasoned and without my label, and I said, because the agent said, what should I do? What should I do? And I don't know, some brokers might say, I know I would say go back. Some brokers might say, oh, he's a nightmare, don't even bother. I said, here, I think he needs the wine more than we do. Go, and you know what? She listed his house.
No kidding.
Yeah, I give some good advice sometimes.
Sometimes you got to go back with a bottle. Well, it's like what you said.
It's not about going back at them. It's going back to them.
Back to them.
Or with them. Yeah, a bottle of wine, even just an acknowledgement. Say, I see that you were angry. I'm not going to, say, I see that you were angry. Is there a reason you were angry? Because I know I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I just showed up.
Is there a reason? And usually they have to vent about something. And most people, when they expire, and by expire, I don't mean die. I mean, the transaction never went through. The listing did not sell in the term of the listing, so it expires. And other agents visit and say, knock, knock, can I list your home for you? And the thing to ask is, most sellers will say, where the hell were you? I was on the market for 6 months. And they have every right to say, where the hell were you?
Yeah.
And, and I have every right to say, well, understandably, I have clients. They've entrusted me with selling their home. I have to always concentrate on my clients first. I'd like to do that for you, and you have to be a client.
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah. No, it's not smart. It's business. Yes, it's relationship business.
Is there you were also the person that told me you should never show up to someone's house without a bottle of wine or a gift. So
no, not a gift. No, I make sure it's not about the gifts.
Okay.
Although I am not adverse to, gold is really a nice gift.
Gold is a very nice gift.
I'm kidding around. No, it's not about showing up with a gift. Rules of, I think it's like, just rule of thumb. It's just proper etiquette is you should never show up to someone's home for the first time empty-handed. So it can be anything. It can be a report on your neighborhood, a neighborhood report. So have I ever done that? No, I prefer cookies. So when you bring cookies, someone, so if I have an appointment with someone to either list their house or discuss the idea of listing their house, or even just questions about anything, or if someone invites you over for dinner, you bring a bottle of fucking wine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have an appointment, I don't like to go empty-handed. So I would bring, whether it's I get homemade donuts from a specific bakery, or if it's a little box of cookies, or just anything. It's the sentiment. But yeah, I mean, rules of etiquette haven't disappeared, have they?
No. I mean, well, those rules have, I think.
You're supposed to also take your hat off when you're sitting at the dinner table.
Yes, you should. That disappeared.
Yeah. Technically indoors. A man should always remove his hat indoors.
I've seen a lot of that disappear over time.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, my mom would be like, "Why don't you bring over cookies to their house?" And I'm like, "I'm 10," and I just was like, "Mary, are you buying the cookies?" You know, I can't buy. I'm 10. So like that, I never really did that when I was a kid because you just go over to your friend's house to play. And then I guess I just
I
never
understand that concept.
I guess I just never like applied that when I was older because like then you're in college. I mean, well, actually, we used to bring weed and alcohol, so I mean, I guess I did do that. So yeah, all right, never mind. Yeah, we
See, etiquette exists
Etiquette exists.
across the board.
I just
Across the
never sat and
universe.
thought about it.
Yeah, like I would think if aliens visited, hopefully they bring something.
I hope we would be able to eat it.
Yeah. So anyway, winter is coming.
Yes.
Cozy on up. I'm getting my fireplace ready.
Get prepared.
Yeah, get prepared. And it's bulking season. And I'm the real Ted G. And you can find me on Spotify, Instagram, TikTok,
Facebook.
and Facebook if you're over 65.